Peace, love, energy, and infinite light to all my beautiful indigenous American Indians on Turtle Island, aka the one and only Americas. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a beautiful, productive day. Hope everyone's doing their due diligence, of course, doing the paperwork, taking the footsteps to make sure your families, children are good. You dig what I'm saying? You know? Because as American Indians, oh yeah, shout out to Baby Yoda. You know, he in here with me, chilling. You know, my first son. You know, he was like a daddy. So, anywho, as I was saying, America is definitely an indigenous word. It was definitely spelled different, you know. Americois, it was definitely an indigenous name, which meant, you know, infinite winds, basically. Land of winds, that's what it meant. Land of continuous winds, you know, and land of mountains and continuous winds. So, and trees. Preferably, it's like describing the silicon trees, because, you know, all of our ancient words, ancient texts, ancient hieroglyphs, you know, all of that is what we always ran by. And sadly, we stopped living these ways and living by our standards. Those were our standards. Those were our ways of living. That was our Bible, the hieroglyphs, the indigenous ways of living of the land, off the land, just like the animals, just like the bugs, just like the plants, you know. That's how we knew how to live. Our ancestors knew as you give to the earth will give back. You give to mother, mother will give back. You plant the seed in fertile grounds, the seed will grow and bear fruit for you, you know. The more you plant, the more you give, the more you receive, the more you get. You got to give to receive. You get in what you put in. That's period. That's just the energy. That's the alchemy of equivalent exchange. I repeat, that is the alchemy of equivalent exchange. You must sacrifice to get, you know? So, with that said, when you live this thing called life, you must understand it's not about you. It's really not about you. Like every fish, every bug, every bird, look at the ants. One ant know it's not about him. What he been through in life either made him or broke him. You feel me? He had pressure. Pressure either bust pipes or pressure will most definitely build diamonds. So that one little ant knows is bigger than him. So he continues his life. He continues his, what can I say? What he's intended to do on this planet, his duty, what he's intended to do. Yeah, his duty. His duty. There's probably other more persuasive words, but it's basically your duty, what you're here for, what you are put on this planet to do. Bees, you know, bees weren't put on here to get a 9 to 5 and get retirement and die. No, they're here to pollinate and keep trees and stuff living. Spiders, you know, they filter out, they keep the balance, you know. When there's life, there must be death. So spiders keep the balance. Too many gnats are flying around. They get eaten up by the spiders, get caught in the web. You know, low frequency beings get caught up. The higher frequencies are smarter and they live longer. They live about higher genetics. Stronger your DNA structure, the smarter you are, the stronger you are, and the more dominant you are. So any species will want to mate with you. Dominant spider, dominant fly, dominant bee, dominant praying mantis, you know, pick your poison. Bird, biggest feathers, peacocks, prettiest feathers. You know, it's all in genetic structure. You have bad genetics, your feathers ain't going to flock as they're supposed to. They're not going to be as bright as they're supposed to. They're not going to be as sharp. They're going to be dull. Some plucked off, you know, some deformed, you know, because of bad genetics. So, with that said, each and everything on this planet has its place on the planet. That's why It is in certain areas on the planet. Certain things cannot grow or adapt if it's taken to another place on the planet. Plants, animals, bugs are indigenous to a certain section of the planet for a reason, and they must stay there so that that planet and that spot and that structure can grow. Because those plants and fruits and vegetables that the trees and plants of that indigenous land bears helps those indigenous deities, those indigenous entities, animals, bugs, or humans. So with that said, we were never supposed to colonize lands. We weren't supposed to intrude on other lands and mix and mingle. That was never meant to be. Because we was doing perfect for millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years doing perfect. This just started, all this colonizing shit, because these Europeans and African Moors wanted to go against the great of nature, wanted to go against the matriarch and form a patriarch, go against the queens and the goddess, the mother earth, and create some damn sky daddy, when really the creator's within you. Your mini verse, your inner verse is the universe without. Within is without. All is one. And one is all. Without all, there's no one. Without one, there is no all. Once again, the alchemy of equivalent exchange. So again, with that said, to all the Africans, Europeans, Asians, and Arabs that's colonizing my land, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I love all Mother's creations throughout the universe, not just on this rock, not just in this dimension. I love all the deities throughout the whole universe. My heart and love go out to all of them. I just can't respect ignorance. I can't honor someone who is trying to take my shit. It's just I don't hate no one. I just know the truth. And you don't know the truth. You think this is anger and hatred. No, it's just all love. It's just that I don't play that shit. And everyone before me that I know knows that we don't play that shit. We are American Indians, and y'all are trying to lie and say that we're not. That's what I don't like. So I don't hate you. I just think it's fucked up that you're trying to colonize my land. And I think it's pretty psychopathic for you to think that I should not be upset with you, that I should not feel a type of way, that I should just let you come over here and do as you want and take back to your land and just make my people suffer. Make us illegally pay rent, make us call ourselves something we're not. To be stuck in this matrix system. Do you know what this is mentally doing to my people? Do you know what this is doing to the babies? The children, those who are most. That's who I care about the most. That's where it hurts the most. That's where it hits the most. That's why I will never stop doing this. And that's why they're deleting a lot of my subscribers. They're trying to delete my videos. So, for those of you who are willing to fight for what's right, for your bloodline, for your grandmother, for your culture, for your children's way of living, I know you don't want them to be enslaved by this mental matrix that we were put in, that we just barely slipped and got out of. They almost got us. I feel you, they will have. Because you guys just sit back and listen to a corporation that doesn't give a damn about you. You're a grown-ass man, grown-ass woman, but still want to be told by somebody that you don't see, taste, touch, feel, or hear. You govern yourself, but you don't want to because you don't know any better. And you think that I should be okay and play dumb too? I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'ma play slow just to see who fast. Cause you know a wise man can play dumb, but a dumb man can't play wise. So with that said, I'm definitely gonna just be chilling in the cut like a band-aid. But out in the open like a hurricane. So I love you all. I will never hate anyone. Never. But I have the right to want to defend my people, my children, and my land. So if you feel as though you can just come into my house, aka on my land, and not respect the trillions of lives lost, the hundreds of trillions of lives lost, and that came before me and my bloodline, if you can't honor and respect that and help us get our land back, then I can't respect you. I can't. And that's one thing about me. You don't have to agree with me. I hope you don't agree with me. I just want you to learn. I just want you to ask questions and look this shit up yourself. If you don't agree with me, don't write your opinions on it. I don't want to hear your opinion. I just want to hear the ones who agree with me. The ones who don't agree, just go do your research and go watch something else. You don't gotta watch my channel. You really don't. Because I'm only here to just speak truth. I'm not here to push anything on anyone. I'm just don't want nobody to say, oh, well, no one told me, or I didn't know. No, buddy. There's no way you can say you didn't know. Young Cherokee Peasy told you. Phoenix Moon told you. Your great grandmother told you. Doc Man X told you. The indigenous one told you. Old Dirty Bastard told you he's Shinnecock Indian. Mr. T damn sure showed y'all he was an Indian. He always wore them feathers on his ear and his mohawk. And he pitied the fool who ain't know. So, with that said, I love you all. All love. Baby Yoda loves y'all too. You already know he loves y'all. So it's just peace, love, energy, and infinite light, you guys. I'm gonna keep dropping these videos like hotcakes. And we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep this thing going because we are all we got. And we're going to prevail. When there's a will, there's a way. Never forget that. Never forget that. You just gotta do your due diligence. Ain't shit gonna be given to you. Ain't shit gonna be given to you. For all you colonizers, yeah, it's pretty fucked up that you are over here, you know. Yeah, that's not an excuse like, oh, but I'm here now, so you guys got to do it. No, find a way to get back to your land or find a way for us to get our land back. If not, you're in the fucking way. It's that. I don't know what to tell you guys. We're at war with the United States Corporation. We're at war with the Royal Crown, dude. They came on this land and tried to strip us from our land, and they're still trying to do that to this day. And guys going there getting the juice, they're trying to do it with the juice too. What Bill Gates say? Agenda 21. What the Georgia Guidestones say? Look up the Georgia Guidestones. They've been told y'all this. They've been told y'all how they was going to do it. But y'all don't want to believe it. Maybe you guys should be looking into this shit they call conspiracy. Because that's the real truth of what's really going on. Anything and everything, most of everything they say is conspiracy. That shit is actual truth. The UFOs, the hydro collider, the hydromolecule collider over there in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland, called CERN, the HARP, HARRP, what is it? The High Arrow program where they control the weather. Like, dude, genetically modified food, cloning. Man, you guys, this shit's real. I don't know why y'all think it's fake, or because the government didn't tell y'all, but why would they tell you the truth if they want to take everything you got? They're going to want to dumb you down, make it easy. Gotta take over the mind before you take over the body and the soul. So y'all need to start thinking. I love you. Love you all.